What's hacking? It's Quackin', and welcome back to another episode. This time, big day today, 10 years ago. All sorts of stuff released from Nintendo. We've got Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, Super Smash Bros. For Wii U, Amiibo, and of course, the GameCube adapter for the Nintendo Wii U, which also works for Nintendo Switch as well. All kinds of crazy stuff. Where should we start? Well, you know what? We'll start with Amiibo, and of course, I got my Duck Hunt Amiibo here as well. This did not come out on release date. This came out in 2015. It was called the Retro 3-pack with Rob, Game & Watch, and of course, Duck Hunt. I believe these were sold separate later on, but it didn't really matter to me because I already had the 3-pack. I didn't really see a reason to get it if I already had that. And of course, the Game & Watch came with interchangeable stuff. Amiibo is very unique. There's different Amiibo, such as the interchangeable one I said for Game & Watch, but also I have Boo right here. This actually glows in the dark, really cool. There's also Metroid, which released in 2017. It's a squishy Amiibo, and there's some other ones I don't have. I have a ton of Amiibo. This is only a few scratch the surface of what I have. The rest are in storage. I'll show a picture. It's not the greatest, just because there's so many freaking Amiibo. It got to the point where I couldn't open them anymore, so I had to keep them sealed. But anyways, I also... This here is Marth. Now, this Marth wasn't released. I didn't get this on release date. Amiibo became so rare, so hard to come by. Nowadays, you don't really see that as much. They did raise the price a little bit. I feel like it kind of helped the scalping problems, but not really. Marth here, though, this is considered the Holy Trinity, where there was Marth, Villager, and Wii Fit Trainer. Those three were extremely hard to find. Actually, I did get Marth with my family. I remember there was a guy I always would see from GameStop go, yeah, we got Marth. He goes, oh yeah, you guys got Marth. Sucks for the people at GameStop because usually they can't really take them home. Most of the time, unless you do some nefarious deeds or you got your boss's nights, but whatever. Anyways, so eventually, these Amiibos spiked up in price because there wasn't much stock of Marth, Villager, and Wii Fit Trainer, and that happened for more characters like Pit and I believe Captain Falcon as well. I unfortunately did buy a scalped Captain Falcon. I think it was like $30, but whatever, I guess, stuff like that happens. But that being said, though, Amiibo, it still lives on to this day. There's still games that Nintendo releases that has Amiibo. I'm surprised, honestly, how long it has features. When will Amiibo end? When will it end? That's a good question. And technically, Amiibo wasn't the first of its kind. They're technically called NFC figures because they use an NFC chip to communicate with, the 3DS, Wii U, and the Switch. And the Wii U was actually the first and only to have figures. Later on, when the new 3DS released, you could use Amiibo, but pretty much everything is, except for the 3DS games, Wii U there. And actually, on the Wii U, they had these NFC figures, Pokemon Rumble U. These were figures that were only for the digital-only game that, without these, they kind of would be worthless. Unless you hack your Wii U to get the game, but we've got a couple right here. These are not released on the day, but I figured just show those off, a bit of a history of Amiibo as well. There is also the GameCube adapter. Out of all these items, this was probably the hardest to come by. I remember when I got there, we were not able to pre-order this. We were able to pre-order, surprisingly, the Amiibo. I guess because people didn't realize they were going to be how valuable they were, because they were kind of a new thing Nintendo was doing at the time. But the GameCube adapter, the GameCube to many is very special. That's probably why this sold out. There's also a bundle with Smash, Wii U, and a GameCube adapter that also was sold out, so Nintendo didn't do the greatest with stock issues there. But this allowed you to use your GameCube controllers on the Wii U. The catch is only for Super Smash Bros. For Wii U. It wasn't until the Switch where they actually added an update where you could use the GameCube controller for essentially every game, as long as it had the appropriate amount of buttons and you enjoyed the button layout. It wasn't the greatest for games, say, such as Rocket League. A friend of mine was like, yeah, this game was garbage, probably because they used the GameCube controller using the small Z button to control their car, but in general they just said the game wasn't great, so I don't know. But can't really see it too on camera, but it actually shows a Wii U logo for this GameCube adapter. That goes to show this is some of the first. Now this also, out of all these items, this also was an item I didn't get on launch date just because it was sold out. So there was a cool Smash Bros. Belt I wasn't able to get because I don't think I got the double pack with the adapter in the game. Or maybe there's just a Canada only thing because I saw a Canada channel that had that. But anyways, later on they just simply had, I think, Nintendo on the logo on top for Nintendo Switch adapters. And I think this is a bit hard to come by now, but this is my Wii U original. It still works on Switch. I did use this a lot because my family absolutely adores Smash Bros. This was huge. Getting into Smash Bros. Now Smash Bros. Oh man. This was a game my dad and I were looking forward to for years. He would always talk to the GameStop associates, and they would always go, oh yeah, Mr. Iwata said that Smash Bros. Was happening, he said it a bit too early. And the guy was confused about that. Sakurai, of course. And my dad was just waiting for so long for this game. We played Smash Bros. Brawl, the release year 2008, had an absolute blast with that game, and he really wanted the next installment. He wasn't as huge in this game, but he was really fun to be able to play this. He enjoyed DLC characters such as Ryu and Bayonetta. For me personally, I think this is a pretty great game. Ultimate does replace the 3DS and Wii U for the most part. I do feel like these games are a little bit overlooked, because I think all Wii U games that have been technically replaced by like Mario Maker 2 or Splatoon 2, in a sense, is actually, there still are modes like Smash Tour and Smash Run on the 3DS and Wii U. The 3DS one, of course, released back in October. It was supposed to release in summer, a bit of a delay there, but yeah, something that I did notice that was cool was there's actually a manual in here. You know, this probably was the last time we got to see manuals as well, so I think that's pretty freaking cool. But I don't really come back to the Wii U anymore for this game particularly, just because Ultimate does cover most of those facets for this. Probably the 3DS one I usually come back more because I think Smash Run is a little bit more fun because it has like a Subspace Emissary, almost melee adventure kind of vibe to it. But really fun game, and I had a ton of memories with it. I remember on Christmas Day playing this game and training my Mario amiibo. Now next, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. This was the first game I played out of all of these. This was huge because it was the next Pokemon remake we had, of course. People love Pokemon remakes, and some people might even consider this to be the last best Pokemon remake, or I should say good, not best. Most people say Heart Gold, Soul Silver, that peaked there. But I thought the games were pretty fun. I do remember a YouTuber in particular, Balrog, he had a video called Hoenn Tears when he saw this revealed, because I'm pretty sure Gen 3 was like his first games. Gen 3 was definitely one of my first games, childhood, so this was huge to me, just seeing the opening after I played Pokemon Emerald. Now granted, I played Pokemon Emerald, but I did pick Omega Ruby as my first game, and I had a whole lot of fun with this. They brought the Eon ticket back, a digital version, not a physical version. There was all kinds of different Pokemon events, had a lot of fun with that. I also got a poster here. It's a double-sided for Mega Diancie from Pokemon X and Y, or I guess it's Gen 6 in general. And of course, they had Mega Evolutions. They brought back some new Mega Evolutions in this, and these technically aren't Mega Evolutions. They're like Omega Alpha forms for Groudon and Kyogre. But I actually got two of these because I got both games. This is the first time I think I actually got both Pokemon games at launch. I was just that excited for the remakes. I really enjoyed them, I have to say. I can't really think per se if I've returned them in recent times. It's been a little while. I do remember I named my dog in this, who unfortunately passed away this year, a Mightyena named Snowy. Rest in peace. She passed away a couple months ago. But yeah, I mean, another strange thing as well, these 3DS games, I guess, were manufactured not the greatest, and I say that because games like this, Persona Q, and I think some reprinted copies like Fire Emblem Awakening, I know that copy's having issues for me. Those copies might have been poorly produced. I'm not sure about the launch title per se, but just around this time when these games released. And it's possible the save data or the game data might be corrupted because they weren't the greatest made chips. It could be because Nintendo had a bunch of stuff on their plate and they had to manufacture somewhat a bit cheaper. So it's possible that your Mega Ruby Alpha Sapphire copies might not be working. They might not be working later on compared to a lot of your other games. So that's certainly unfortunate. But that being said, what a crazy day for Nintendo. 10 years ago, when I'm recording this, it's still the day, just barely for some countries. The video will release not on that day per se, just because of all editing and stuff like that. But let me know what was some of your favorite memories from this day down below. Do you remember picking up stuff from this day? I got pretty much all the stuff. I also remember pre-ordering Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker on Wii U, along with Ultimate NES Remix and 3DS. Had a lot of fun with that game, but that being said then, I gotta go take a shit.